A press conference there in Philadelphia regarding the mass shooting there Monday that killed 5 people and left dozens others injured. For more, I want to bring in ABC News' Trevor Ault and ABC contributor and former San Bernardino Police Chief Jared Bergwan. And Trevor, I'll start with you. We heard from a number of people just now, but still no mention of a possible motive for this mass shooting. What were some of your takeaways from what we just heard?
I would say 2 main takeaways, Alexis, and I say this having listened to a lot of these press conferences following mass shootings. And number one is the point that we cannot forget, which is that the reverberations of something like this are so much larger than the number assigned to the death count or those wounded who happen to be struck by bullets. I mean, this is about an entire community that's going to take a really long time to heal, and many families who likely will never heal as the result of this violence. And you heard that from speaker after speaker after speaker about how this is so much bigger than the 7 people that we know that were shot, and that the 2-year-old who was grazed by a bullet. This is about everybody that lives in that neighborhood. And I also think it was important for all of these representatives from different agencies, different activist groups. You know, this shooting happened in a part of Philadelphia that is a high percentage of the people that live there are people of color. A high percentage of people who live there are impoverished. I think it was really important for them to set the tone that this shooting doesn't matter less than any other shooting that you might hear somewhere else. That was one of my main takeaways, that they were trying to make that point. The second is something that I picked up at other press conferences too, hearing to medical professionals dealing with gun violence, and that is that they are tired. They have to do this over and over and over again. And it's not something that's just despairing because you hear what they have to deal with in terms of gun violence, and you think that it's a tough day for them at the office. It's that they sound defeated when they talk about it. I mean, you're talking to a doctor and a nurse who are saying, we're dealing with stuff like this every single day. Now, what happened 2 days ago was particularly bad, of course. But to hear day in and day out what they're having to deal with, you can understand the exasperation from their perspective and from officials' perspective. And you tip your cap to absolutely everybody in this community and communities across the country who are doing what they can in response to this gun violence. But you realize how desperate everyone is to make some sort of change to prevent this, because America continuing down this road is just going to cause more despair.
And that's such an important point that you make, Trevor. And I know that we heard from a couple of people talking just now during that press conference about how they are implementing community outreach and how the community has gone through this tragic event together, and that they do need help in the aftermath. Jared, again, not a lot of new information learned here during this press conference. Why do you think that is? And were you expecting to hear more?
Well, I think it sounds like it's a strategic decision on the part of the DA's office to use this press conference to spread this particular message. And that's not to undermine the importance of helping a community heal and understanding the impact of these incidents. I'm sure they have information. They know that the public wants more information. And I don't know if they're going to get to it at the end of the press conference, but for whatever reason, they made a strategic decision not to start with that and to start with something very different. That's a little disappointing.
All right, Jared, Trevor, we thank you for your time today.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.